My brothers and sisters, today's readings remind us that if the gospel is really good news to us, we should share it. In today's first reading, Job is in desperate need of some good news after being afflicted. He's lost property, family, and health. Life has become pure drudgery for him, with the rest or reward that should follow still far from sight. How many of us midweek have a similar attitude? It seems the next break, the next paycheck, is too long in coming in the face of the daily grind. We have to admit that when that lunch break or paycheck comes, it doesn't satisfy us for very long, and we go right back to the drudgery. In a hopeless life, there's little good news to share. Yet, even Job knows his Redeemer lives. Life is not entirely hopeless. In today's second reading, St. Paul reminds us that the gospel is good news that is meant to be shared. He lived in a world of Jobs, and so do we. People need something to lift them up of their drudgery. Spreading the good news for Paul is not just something he wants to do, but something he felt obliged to do. There's no catch. He's not trying to sell anything. He'll do whatever it takes to make sure that the gospel is received as good news. Paul's example teaches us that if we don't share the good news, it could be because for us it is not good news. If it is not good news for us, then what is it? In today's gospel, we see the first moments of our Lord's earthly ministry continuing to take shape. After an impressive demonstration of authority and power in the synagogue, he comes to Simon Peter's house and heals his mother-in-law. Soon people are coming from all over the village, bringing the sick and those afflicted by demons, so that our Lord can heal them and liberate them from evil. Despite his success, he knows he can't just stay in one village, but bring his teaching and power everywhere. Good news spreads fast. Today, we live in a society where the good news has been spread far and wide. Yet people don't come to our Lord for healing and liberation from the evil afflicting their lives. Why? We have a duty to spread the good news. But that's not just quoting the Bible chapter after chapter or verse after verse, but by giving testimony to the impact our Lord has had on our lives. Those crowds in the gospel today, my brothers and sisters, would not have heard anything if our Lord had not taught, healed, or exorcised someone that they knew. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines gossip as a person who habitually reveals personal or sensational facts about others. In today's gospel, our Lord is a sensation. The news spreads, and the people flock to him wherever he goes. If gossip is about personal or sensational facts, why don't we gossip about our Lord anymore, instead of using gossip as a negative in our life today? Has it stopped being sensational that a man who was brutally tortured and murdered was raised from the dead? Has he stopped taking a personal interest in each one of us? Does he no longer heal us? Our Lord continues to be a sensation even today. It's very easy to gossip. And gossip these days is usually corrosive and not constructive. Sometimes people give up cigarettes, and by sucking on lollipops instead, they replace the cigarettes with something else. Everyone knows that gossip is wrong, but quitting cold turkey can be especially difficult. Resolve to swap out that gossip with good news instead. Our Lord came to bring good news, not gossip or corrosive negativity. Spread some hope and encouragement instead of negativity and cynicism. This weekend, we had a men's Acts retreat with 15 men from the Holy Rood Collaborative, St. Francis Parish in Draycote, and a few other parishes. And it was a beautiful time for these men to find Jesus in a new way in their life. To find Jesus who they haven't felt before. To hear the voice of Jesus touching their lives, for them to get closer to him. For these men, it was a life-changing experience. The weekend was full of great moments of love, of sharing, and prayer, and deep prayer. And I have to say that it was very powerful for Father Eric, Deacon Jason, and myself to be there, to be a part of this. These are weekends where we realize something and someone is missing in our lives. And that someone is Jesus Christ. Because that's what it's all about, my brothers and sisters, is Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ alone. He must be number one in our life. And being on this weekend has taught these men this. And it was such a beautiful experience to see their reaction to this. Spread hope and encouragement instead of negativity and cynicism. Spread good news instead of gossip. And let everyone know that you meet that Jesus is alive. He is still with us and always will be.